Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykard on with me here today. It is Tuesday, April 28th. We are going to jump right into South America weather. Riley, a lot going on down there. Certainly on the safrinha side of things, we've got corn has been planted for a long time, and they're probably about done with that completely by now, correct?
Yeah, I didn't even include planting progress or harvest progress for Brazil because first crop harvest is 90+% and planting progress is 100%.
Yeah. So we're done planting, and Argentina, we still have a fair amount of soybean production yet to come off.
Yep, exactly. Which I got some maps to demonstrate that, so I'll get right into it. As always, first thing we do is put into perspective how big of an area we're talking about. Getting to the time of year where we're looking more specifically at safrinha crop. For that, we're looking from Mato Grosso down through Paraná in Brazil. And then we're also still looking at Argentina, which is all the way from northern Argentina to the central Buenos Aires region. So taking just Mato Grosso on a US map, it is almost the whole Midwest. So this is a bigger area than we think about. So, all right, we just mentioned it, harvest progress in Argentina. Corn sitting at 32%, still running ahead of average there. Nothing new or fresh to add into that conversation. Bean harvest, though, actually running pretty significantly behind the 3 and 5 year average. I contributed it to a lot of people went to corn first, and that's why corn is so far ahead and beans are a little lacking. I'm not hearing any weather stories or rhyme or reason as to why we're behind average. So with that said, going over to the actual map side of things, we're getting to a time of year where stuff will start getting a lot more consistent, and that's temperature and precip. So in the 1 to 5 day, warmer to the north, Argentina at very cool 70s and 60s for highs, and 6 to 10 day, very similar story. I expect the safrinha crop region to continue to be warmer. A lot this time of year, a lot of temperatures in the low to upper 90s, and precip should start falling out of bed in this northern region of Brazil as well. So 6 to 10 day temperatures showing just that. If we look at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, this kind of seemed like the last hurrah for Mato Grosso getting some rain. As we look forward in the maps, you'll see what I mean. But Argentina, southern Brazil actually staying a little bit wetter in the forecasts, and they've had some rain over the last 2 weeks to help them out as well. So I guess now that as I'm thinking about it, looking at the map here, some of that Argentina soybean harvest being slowed down, very likely from this region getting some areas 7+ inches of rain.
Yeah, well, you couldn't buy rain all year. That's farming. Couldn't buy rain down there all year. Hot, above normal. Now it's time for harvest. Here comes the rain.
Merry Christmas. So moving ahead, 1 to 5 day, southern Brazil, including Paraná, which is still a key safrinha region, getting some rain. But other than that, as I mentioned, as you look to the north, rain is pretty much shutting off. And northern Argentina still getting some in that corner, but a lot of the heart of the growing area is getting missed now too. And 6 to 10 day, this same little southern Brazil region staying pretty wet. So I don't know the specifics behind it. I haven't heard any flooding issues yet due to how dry they were prior to this. So I think it's more of a getting up to ship shape thing than anything else. And guys that are still harvesting, it is going to slow them down. 6 to 10 day from the safrinha crop perspective, there's no rain in the mix. Purple means nothing. So it's getting to the time of year we can fairly say the dry season set in for that safrinha region. So that in terms of maps, that's all I have today, Clint.
Sounds good, Riley. I appreciate you putting the maps together. Again, Clint McLaughlin, Riley Sykard, Midwest Market Management. Stay tuned for U.S. weather from a national yield perspective. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.